spent the first 40 years of my life as a daughter, as a worker, and as a caregiver, trading my time, my energy, and even my identity for survival, for duties, for expectations, for roles. I was living inside a life that wasn't really mine. And at 40, for the first time, I saw my true self clearly. My awakening didn't give me a new purpose. It simply removed everything that wasn't mine. And when all the false layers fell away, I finally saw the purpose of my life. This is the purpose that will guide the next 40 years of my life. Number one, multi-skill, a life built by many abilities. For many years, I lived as what my mother called a caretaker, someone who traded her youth, her time, her energy to hold up other people's lives. I took care of my children, my household, my husband, and I was expected to take care of my in-laws in the future. And somewhere inside that long chain of responsibilities, I stopped taking care of myself. It's both ironic and awakening to see it now. I live as a caregiver because I believed that was my value. And I believed dependence was the only way to survive. But after awakening, one truth became impossible to ignore. I don't want to be only a caregiver anymore because I want a life where I grow, where I create, where I build. So now I'm developing abilities that allow me not only to survive, but to expand. I practice English every day. Maybe one day I'll teach online. I sharpen my investing skills, one of the greatest forms of time leverage and long-term freedom. I train my body through strength and flexibility. And if I choose to, I could coach others in future. I strengthen my learning ability and my emotional regulation so I can adapt to any future with confidence. I even studied computer science. Sometimes recruiters still email me. And every single day, I read, write, I create videos, expanding my mind, my voice, and my creative identity. Awakening didn't give me one skill, it gave me the permission to develop all of them. Number two, multi-dimensional, a whole life, not a lateral one. For a long time, I believed financial freedom was the only path to be a better life. But after awakening, everything became clear. I don't want a life that is only financially free. I want a life that is internally free in every dimension. Money is just one layer of my expansion, not the center of my purpose. I don't live inside one identity anymore. I live across many dimensions. My life is no longer flat. It expands across layers. Physically, I walk 11,000 steps a day. I strength train 4 times a week. I stretch for 20 minutes a day. This practice gives me confidence and energy. Mentally, I read, write, and make videos. This sharpens my thinking and builds the architecture of my mind. Emotionally, my 4 a.m. routines, my morning walks, my writing and recording heal me and help me reclaim emotional sovereignty. Spiritually, I practice self-awareness, identity rewiring, and trust in life, moment by moment. Creatively, I express my truths through writing and YouTube. Financially, I invest with patience, clarity, and long-term thinking. Culturally, I open my worldview through languages and people from different cultures. I don't live inside one identity anymore. I live across dimensions. Awakening made my life multi-dimensional, vibrant, integrated, and alive. Number 3, multidiscipline, the lattice work of my mind. The best way to make money in the modern world is not through labor and not through luck. It's through cognitive ability, through the mind. And the fastest way to grow cognitive power is through multidiscipline learning. I used to study accounting, valuation, economics because I want to become a better investor, but I failed. I was seeing the world through one narrow lens. So I turned to Charlie Munger's Worldly Wisdom, collecting mental models, from many fields and letting them interact inside my mind. This made my decision wiser than someone limited to only one discipline. I expanded into computer science and then into psychology and emotional regulation. And unexpectedly, I did become a better investor, not through formulas, but through deeper, broader thinking. Now my curiosity stretches across philosophy, psychology, investing, neuroscience, physics, emotional mastery, fitness, language, creation. And every discipline became a mental model inside me. Together, they form the lattice work of my thinking. And the more I learn this way, the more joy I feel from thinking itself. I'm no longer learning just to be a better investor. I learn because I enjoy the mind I'm becoming. Number 4, multi-language. Expanding the edges of my mind. Language is not just a tool. Language is not just for communication. Language is a world. Wittgenstein said, the limits of my language means the limits of my world. I didn't truly understand this until my awakening. Language shapes people, but it also confines people. For most of my life, I was confined by my language. Speaking Chinese shaped me into someone conservative, self-sacrificing, quiet, depressed, always maintaining harmony, unable to name my own needs. I thought that was my personality. It wasn't. It was a boundary of the world Chinese had created inside my mind. Only after learning English did I understand how deeply language shapes identity. English gave me words for experience I couldn't name before. Through English, I finally saw clearly my marriage had no connection, no affection, no attention. These words don't exist in Chinese with the same emotional precision. So I couldn't even name what was missing until I learned them. Language expanded the border of my world. And then I felt called to learn Italian, as if my soul wanted to expand again into a new emotional landscape. Because language is not vocabulary, language is identity. It shapes how I understand myself, it shapes how I see the world, it shapes how I express truth, it shapes how I connect with others, it shapes the structure of my thinking. Every new language gives me a new mind, a new emotional range, a new way of being. This is why my awakening accelerated. My mind now lives in multi-linguistic worlds. And this is why I want to learn even more languages in future. Not for achievement, but because every language opens a new world inside me. Number 5, multicultural, a global inner world. I was born in one culture, but I no longer belong to only one. I invested in US stock market, I read Western philosophy, I practice Eastern studies and modern psychology, and I've been influenced by people from Italy, United States, and Canada. These experiences quietly reshaped me. I don't think like a local person anymore. My mind is global, open, fluid. My culture now is a mixture of wisdom from everywhere. I live in a world much larger than my geography. For years, I was physically rooted because of my children. My life centered around responsibilities. But now, in my 40s and beyond, I finally have the opportunity to explore more. Number 6, the identity behind it all. I spent the first 40 years of my life becoming who others needed me to be. I will spend the next 40 years becoming who I was meant to be, a multi-dimensional woman, a woman with range, with clarity, with depth, with freedom, a woman shaped by many skills, many disciplines, many languages, many cultures, a woman who expands her world by expanding herself. This is a life I choose for the next 40 years, not small, not narrow, not inherited. A life built from the inside out, a life that keeps expanding, a life that finally belongs to me. This manifesto is for my future self, a guide to live day by day, year by year, in alignment with who I truly am. I'm grateful to be awake now and to finally live according to my nature. And I'll end with this. If the limits of my language are the limits of my world, then this post is the beginning of a new world for me.